Welcome back, squad. A little bit of a different video for you. So this is my most recent draft, probably my most important draft. I also have a work league one tomorrow that is just like fun, and it's a 12-teamer, and I'm so excited, but it'll be very different and less competitive than this. This is kind of my main league. So I wanted to show you guys kind of what I liked about my draft, what I didn't like, where I think I went well, where I think I struggled, and kind of how I just played the board. Not perfect, definitely not my best draft I've ever had. Not my worst, but not the best. Middle of the road, maybe slightly above average if I had to rate it. But yeah, let's jump right in. So as you can see, I have the number 4 pick. I was at number 2 in this league. You can trade your pick, so I traded the 2 for the 4. This is because I wanted a running back who wasn't James Cook. You can see James Cook over here at the 210. That was a bit of a reach, but JT went right after him. I'll get into the details of it a little bit. But basically with my first pick, I didn't want to take a running back, and Chase was going to be gone. I didn't want Bijan or Barkley. As much as I loved them, I didn't want the back end of A.J. Brown. Drake London ended up being there, which obviously I didn't anticipate, which I would have been fine with him as well, but didn't plan for that, obviously. So I got Jefferson with my first pick. Feel really good about that. It's probably my favorite pick I made this entire draft. Knew I wanted him from the beginning. Felt great about him. It's Justin Jefferson. He's a stud. Nothing to be upset about with him. Questionable, but that was, 15 days ago. So not super worried about him. He's going to be great. Up next, this one kind of fell to me. I picked Bucky at the 2-7. I really wanted Chase Brown, and he was so close, and I just didn't get him, which was a bummer. But I feel good about Bucky. I like Bucky. Not really concerned about him at all. Feel really good about his spot. He came on great last season, and now that he's the starter, I feel even better about him. Totally fine with him as my running back 1. The third pick, the reason I wanted the 4th pick in the draft is because of this third round. I was hoping, which obviously did not happen, because here we are, but I was hoping that these two would be switched and Achane would have been someone else. But when this pick came, Brown and Jacobs were both gone, so the only guys I wanted left were Bucky and Taylor. I didn't anticipate they would both be here in round 3, but Achane just fell to me at the 3-4, and he makes me nervous. Like, he is for sure the make or break pick for me because he has that calf strain. I worry about him getting the goal line work with Ollie Gordon and just his size. He's not the biggest dude. And then with Tua, obviously, and his concussions, it's scary for sure. So he is the risk it biscuit pick for me. I didn't really plan on him. I didn't really want him, but he fell to the 3-4. It was between him and Kyron, and I kind of just had to go with Achane, just like had to, I felt like. So I was hoping this would have been like JT or Bucky in these, and then I would have taken JT here or something, but I feel okay about it. I'm nervous because he's a win the league, lose the league kind of guy. He will get you first or last place depending on injuries. So go big or go home, I guess. That's just what it is. The 4-7, I feel pretty good about. This was the Garrett Wilson dilemma. I did end up going with Wilson. This pick I thought was going to be Wilson, and then I would probably pivot, and I would have gone Kenneth Walker here. But it ended up working out fine. I really wanted a whiteout here, and Sutton was another option, but he even fell to the 6th round, which is crazy. But I wanted Wilson, and I'm still nervous about him for sure, but I think he's good. He's a stud. Like I said, with all the data, like I trust him. Fields is always a little scary, and his passing yards for the betting line is atrocious, but I do feel relatively okay about Wilson, especially in the 4th round. I was kind of curious if he was going to fall that far because I didn't want to reach for him in the 3rd, and I'm glad I didn't because I got Achane. But so that's Wilson. Up next, Connor. This range, I would have loved one of these two, Henderson or Walker, but Connor's a fine option. I was between Monty and Connor, and I felt better about Connor. I know he's older, but he is the number 1 guy there, and Gibbs is going to be the lead guy. He kind of already is, but he's going to be more so the lead guy. And with Detroit's offense, I think they'll regress a little bit, not a ton because the talent is still there, but I felt better slightly about Connor, but it was a bit of a coin flip. So 30 years old is a little scary to me, but he's still the guy. Not super worried, feel good about him as a backup. I really tried to stack this round with running backs. As you can see, my next pick was RJ Harvey. I wanted Pacheco or Pollard, so I'm a little bummed because this is definitely the ceiling pick. I was between him and DeAndre Swift, and I feel relatively okay. I feel like for the first month, he's not going to do much for me, which is scary with that calf strain with Achane. But relatively, I think he's going to be fine. So yeah, I don't love Harvey, but I could love Harvey. So I'm afraid it's going to be an ugly committee, and no one's going to be amazing. So we'll see. Evan Ingram is the seventh rounder I have. I wanted Ingram or Njoku, and Njoku fell to 8. I reached a little bit for him because Hawkinson was still on the board, and I'm wondering if I should have gone Hawkinson. That just scared me because I have Jefferson as well, and that was a little nerve-wracking for me, especially with a rookie quarterback, and if someone gets hurt. It's just a precarious situation. So instead I went Denver tight end and running back. Back-to-back Denver. I didn't realize that. Love Ingram, love his targets. Like I said, he's the number 2 in this offense. Feel pretty good about him, so I like that pick. In the 8th round, I'm glad I got him at the end of 8. It was almost 9, really. Jakobi Meyers. I reached a little bit to get him, but feel really good about him. He's definitely a make it or break it guy for sure. But I love that Geno Smith is there. I love that offense is coming to life more. Bowers is there. Gentry's there for sure. But they have to throw the ball to somebody, and Geno throws the ball. So I feel pretty good about Meyers. I looked at these 3 the most, and it was a tough call, but then once these 3 got picked, pretty much made it for me. I thought about Flowers, thought about Olave. Didn't really love their situations, though. So Meyers, I feel pretty good about. Herbie, I wanted Herbie from the beginning. I've talked about him a lot. Pretty straightforward. I took him above Murray, who went with the 9.5. And you'll see I pair him with Caleb here in a second, too. Etienne, I think, is my least favorite pick, honestly. I didn't plan on Etienne, and now that I saw Javonte at the 10-10, I think I would have preferred Javonte. I really wanted Dobbins. I would have loved Dobbins there, but he literally went the pick before me, which sucks. But Etienne, I think, is fine. He does make me nervous for sure. Don't love it, but here we are. I'm going to probably hope to trade him. Josh Downs, felt good about him, wanted him from the beginning, not too worried about that hamstring. I think he'll be fine. Daniel Jones there makes it great because he's a low ADOT, so Downs is that guy. He averaged like almost 8 targets a game last season, so feel good about that. Yeah, I mean, come on. Who else was I going to pick? Kyle Pitts? No, let's not be ridiculous. On the 13th, I got Caleb Williams. I really love getting him. Fields was also on the board, but I trust Caleb a little bit more. He fell a lot over the past few weeks, which is interesting. Because like this range, like I picked him after someone picked Jacksonville's kicker, which is crazy to me. So yeah, I think he's great. I think they'll be a good combo. And if they're not, I'll just drop one of them. Not that big a deal. So, and then my last real pick, I picked White because I picked Bucky. He's a good backup option. Good might be a strong word, but just kind of felt like I had to get him, and he was dirt cheap. And then these 2. So relatively feel okay about the team. Definitely some high risk that I didn't anticipate. Kind of wish it was a little safer overall, but I don't think it's a bad team. Myers and Achane will be the 2 guys that make or break me, and Harvey could launch me into the stratosphere or just do nothing. So he's less risky in that sense of like, I don't rely on him as much. Like Myers is my flex. But I love my running back depth. As you can see, I took 4 in the first 6 rounds, which I feel really good about. And then Etienne and Rashad, where like my boy Jake over here has 4 guys and his backup is Caleb Johnson, who's the running back 3 in Pittsburgh. So that makes me nervous for him, but running back depth is so important to me. And then my wide receivers, I know they're all super talented. Obviously we have the most talented one, but overall, I feel relatively okay about this team. Will it be a title winner? It just depends on, I think, Myers and Achane. So anyway, I just wanted to review this with you guys. Let me know what you think. How did I do? I like it. I don't love it. I got my work league tomorrow, which is going to be very different than this, I feel like. But overall, I feel pretty good. Excited for the season. Talk to y'all soon. Peace out.